You hear a lot about racing cars for the road, but that's usually just talk. Most sporty cars are built for everyday driving, even if they end up racing with some tweaks. This KTM X-Bow GT XR is different. It started out as a real hardcore racer, and then they kind of tamed it down to make it street legal. It's like a pumped-up version of their earlier X-Bow, way more powerful. More of a supercar than a sports car, really. This fun, lightweight sports car was first launched in 2008 with a 4-cylinder Audi engine. But due to stricter emission rules, that engine isn't up to snuff anymore. Here's the interesting part. KTM could have shut down the whole X-Bow project, but they saw it as an opportunity. They decided to stick to their core idea of a super light, high-performance car and find a new engine. They went back to Audi and ended up with a more powerful 5-cylinder engine from the Audi RS3 and TT RS. This new engine bumps the horsepower from under 400 to a whopping 493. Sticking with the old engine design would have been expensive, so this new approach keeps the car lightweight and cranks up the power. It sounds like a win-win for X-Bow fans. More power, more track time. The KTM X-Bow is getting a serious upgrade. More power and a higher price tag open the door for a whole new side of this car. With a more powerful engine, the X-Bow can now compete in higher levels of motorsport, like FIA GT racing. It's much bigger, with a longer wheelbase and a wider body. But that extra space brings some surprising features. There's a surprisingly large trunk that can actually fit luggage, and a massive fuel tank that lets you drive for long distances. Who knew a high-performance track car could also be a long-distance tourer? From racetrack winner to road-legal reality, the X-Bow GT XR isn't just a concept car. It started out as a racing car that actually won its class in a 24-hour race. This win showed KTM that the concept had potential, but there were two reasons to turn it into a road car. First, it would keep the KTM sports car brand alive. Second, some racing categories require a road-legal version of a car to be eligible to race. So, KTM took their racing winner and turned it into a street-legal car we can actually buy. Customization options. The KTM X-Bow GT XR isn't just about performance, it's about personalization too. Forget picking from a few basic colors. You can choose pretty much any paint color you can imagine. On top of that, you can even get the car wrapped in clear carbon fiber with a matte or glossy finish. And if that's not enough, you can get colored carbon fiber with different ratios of clear and colored sections. The possibilities seem endless. Want a car that looks like something a superhero villain would drive? With the X-Bow GT XR, you can make it happen. A theatrical entrance. Forget your usual car door. The X-Bow GT XR boasts an electric canopy that silently glides upwards, revealing the cockpit like a dramatic stage unveiling. This lightweight car is made almost entirely of carbon fiber, except for the rear section that houses the engine and suspension. Getting comfortable. Climbing into the X-Bow GT XR is an experience in itself. You can either perch on the side and swing your legs over, or do a fancy high step and lower yourself into the seat. The removable carbon fiber steering wheel makes entry easier, and it even has a built-in screen for all your driving information. There's a smartphone mount with charging and Bluetooth connectivity, a small glove box, and that's about it for storage space, just like a classic Mazda MX-5. But hey, who needs a lot of stuff when you're piloting this high-performance machine? X-Bow GT XR interior, snug but safe. The inside of the X-Bow GT XR is a unique combination of lightweight design and safety. The driver and passenger seats are molded directly into the carbon fiber monocoque, which means they don't adjust. Instead, the pedals move to accommodate different leg lengths. This keeps the car extremely lightweight, but it can feel a little snug at first. Despite the snug feeling, the X-Bow GT XR is built for safety. The canopy and B-pillars are incredibly strong and can withstand a huge amount of force in a crash. The side windows can even be opened like doors in case of an emergency. So, while the X-Bow GT XR might feel a bit tight inside, you can rest assured you're well protected in this car. Getting used to the X-Bow GT XR, quirks and all. The X-Bow GT XR's interior takes some getting used to. There's no rear window, and traditional mirrors are replaced by 3 camera screens. While the image quality is great, you have to move your head more to see what's behind you, which can be disorienting at first. The steering is another adjustment. It's electric and changes how it feels depending on your speed. At low speeds, it's very light, but it firms up as you go faster. This is great for handling on the track, but can be strange during everyday driving, especially at roundabouts. At home on the track, happy to cruise. Even though the X-Bow GT XR feels like a race car on the inside, it's surprisingly happy to just cruise around town. Unlike its racing cousins, the GT XR has a smooth dual-clutch gearbox that's perfect for everyday driving. But don't be fooled by its comfort features. This is still a racing car at heart and begs to be pushed to its limits on the track. A new business approach. The X-Bow GT XR marks a significant shift for KTM's car division. Unlike the previous X-Bow model, the GT XR is a limited production, high-priced car. Only 100 cars will be built per year, with a price tag of around $397,246. This approach has proven successful, with all cars sold out until the end of 2025. The car is homologated worldwide, but there won't be a right-hand drive version due to production cost limitations. That's it for this look at the KTM X-Bow GT XR. This road rocket with a fighter jet soul left us speechless. If you're a gearhead who craves adrenaline-pumping performance and a truly unique driving experience, then this might be your dream car. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you love seeing exotic rides like this, hit that like button and subscribe for more epic car content. We'll see you on the next adventure.